some of you for national. You stand
Hey everyone, welcome to the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention. Before we get started with our session, the State FFA Officer Team has a few tips and tricks for you to help you get the most out of convention.
Hey Mitchell, how do you think the state officers are going to pronounce your name?
Well, Sarah, since I'm an award winner, I have to write my name on the card at the back of my chair so the state officers can read it. And I'm going to spell my name phonetically since it's hard to pronounce. See? Mitchell Rupfer.
Crusty Crab Pizza is the...
Quiet. We're backstage. You have to be quiet when you're backstage because there are a lot of microphones.
Emily, did you see the new Wisconsin FFA update? Please put your phones on silent and away during the session.
Sportsmanship penalty. Be enthusiastic for all members during the convention. Woo!
Ashley, I'm so bored. I have nothing to do.
Well, guess what? You can participate in our social media challenge on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. But don't forget to use our hashtag WIFFA19.
Our tradition,
Our future.
Our legacy.
A tradition is passing on the best part of our lives to those following in our footsteps.
Our tradition is where we came from and the events that make us who we are.
A tradition is something that is passed down through generations.
our tradition is something we make and pass on year after year.
When people see the blue corduroy, they see hard work, professionalism, and pride. That's tradition.
I believe in the future of agriculture.
The future is what our goals and what our aspirations are.
In FFA, we have opportunities to prepare for our future and make it the best that we can. The future is an opportunity for growth, beginning with us today.
A legacy is an impact felt by people tomorrow because of our actions today.
Our legacy is how all of us, no matter who we are a part of the story of Wisconsin FFA.
Everything that we do leaves an impact on those around us. The legacy is what you leave behind for others to see.
Our tradition,
Our future.
Our legacy.
This feels good right here.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Wisconsin FFA. Welcome to the Alliant Energy Center and the 7th and final session of the 90th Wisconsin State FFA Convention. For one last time, your 2018-2019 Wisconsin State FFA Officer Team. From Section 1, the Prairie Farm FFA, State Vice President Alexis Watt. From Section 2, the Ellsworth FFA, State Secretary Paige Nelson. From Section 3, the Arcadia FFA, State Vice President Colin Welsing. From Section 4, the River Ridge FFA, State Vice President Amber Patterson. From Section 5, the Verona FFA, State Sentinel Galen Combs. Representing Section 6 from the Rio FFA, State Reporter Ashley Hagenow. From Section 7, the Granton FFA, State Vice President Jillian Tyler. Representing Section 8, the Antigo FFA, State Treasurer Mitchell Schrepfer. From Section 9, the Denmark FFA, State Vice President Sarah Calloway. Representing Section 10 from the Elkhorn FFA, State Parliamentarian Emily Cruz. From the Bigfoot FFA, your State President Amelia Hayden. From Spencer, State FFA Executive Director Cheryl Zimmerman. From Madison, State FFA Advisor Jeff Hicken. Your 2018-2019 Wisconsin State FFA Officer Team.
The convention hall will come to order. We are now holding the 7th general session of the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention. Vice presidents are all officers at their stations.
We shall call the roll of officers, determine if they're at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President.
The Sentinel. With pride, for the final time, stationed by the door.
Your duties there.
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the door is open to our friends at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia. I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order.
The reporter.
With pride for the final time, The reporter is stationed by the flag.
Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
The parliamentarian.
With pride, for the final time, stationed by a copy of Robert's Rules of Order.
Your duties there.
Any organized group must be run by a set of rules that its members can understand and accept. It is my duty to possess a working knowledge of parliamentary law so that I may answer any questions that might arise.
The treasurer.
With pride, for the final time, stationed at the emblem of Washington.
Your duties there.
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements, just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among the members and strive to build up our financial standing through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
The secretary.
With pride, for the final time, stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there.
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
The advisor.
Hereby the owl.
Why stationed by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom.
Being older than the rest of you, we are asked to advise you from time to time as the need arises.
We hope that our advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom.
Vice Presidents, why do you keep a plow at your station?
With pride, for the final time. The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. Our duties require us to assist at all times in directing the work of our organization. We preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun.
Why is the president so stationed?
With pride, for the final time. The rising sun is the token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. With pride, for the final time, Madam President, all officers are at their stations.
Thank you, Vice Presidents. The Secretary will call the roll of members.
At this, the 7th and final session of the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention, we have a registered total of 223 chapters with 266 advisors, 389 delegates, 1,612 members, award winners, and contestants, and 1,471 guests, for a grand total of 3,738 members, advisors, and guests present, Madam President.
Thank you. FFA members, why are we here? To practice brotherhood, honor agricultural opportunities and responsibilities, and develop those qualities of leadership which an FFA member should possess. May we accomplish our purposes, I now declare this 7th and final session of the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention duly open for the transaction of business or attention to any matters which may properly be presented. Well, good morning, everyone. We are incredibly excited to cap off what has already been an incredible week with another great session. Our session chair this morning is the person that I go to when I need someone to duct tape my car back together. when I need someone to come up with a crazy engineering idea, and when I need someone to brainstorm ideas with. His dependability, complete dad jokes and dad humor for the team, and heart of gold make him a great teammate. Please join me in welcoming your Session 7 chair, Mitchell Schrupfer.
I believe in the future of agriculture.
That was Mary Lewandowski, Section 8 Creed speaking champion. And we are all familiar with what she's reciting. Paragraph 1, line 1 of the FFA Creed by E.M. Tiffany. But after that first line, our memory may get a little fuzzy. At least this was true for little freshman Mitchell 5 years ago. Like so many new freshmen at their first leadership development event, I stood before 3 judges and presented my version of the FFA Creed. I then answered a couple of questions and awaited the results in the Bondwell cafeteria. Well, the results eventually came in, and little Mitchell, he was not moving on. Now, as disappointed as I was, my advisor insisted that I get some feedback. So I slumped my way over to where the judges were to hear their reasonings. They handed me their comment sheets, and they had only one critique. Well, you would have won, but you forgot a whole paragraph. That's what happens when you memorize it the night before. Now, as disappointed as I was able to come up with it. So the Creed is a beautiful thing, and despite my rough introduction, I've come to grow fond of it. Ironically, I especially enjoy the 4th paragraph of the Creed, the one that I missed.
I believe in being happy myself and playing square with those whose happiness depends upon me.
Thanks, Mary. Now that's the final line of paragraph 4, and I've really come to be fond of that line. And you may be sitting out there thinking, Mitchell, it is impossible to always be happy. And you may be right, but that's not what I get from it. This is what I get. If we don't believe in being happy, if we don't choose to try, then we may never be happy. And I've met dozens of FFA members this year who brought these words to life. And I'll share a few of their stories later. But first, I'd like to welcome to the stage 2 officers who always seem happy. Your state reporter, Ashley Hagenow, and State Vice President, Alexis Kwok, as they announce our first awards.
Throughout the year, FFA members have been making memories in countless activities. Our awards this morning recognize those who have chosen to record the small moments, documenting these memories. Awards in the FFA scrapbook contests are based on neatness, organization, overall effectiveness, and total quality of the scrapbook.
These scrapbooks are designed to serve as both a historical document for recording the chapter's history, as well as a recruitment tool to show potential members everything their local chapter takes part in. Please join me in thanking the judges of this event for their time and efforts.
The top placing chapters in the traditional scrapbook contest will receive a check sponsored by our convention partners. Now, let's find out which chapters found a way to record their favorite moments with their superb scrapbooks. In 5th place is the Shawano FFA. In 4th place is Mayville. In 3rd place is the Granton FFA chapter.
the state runner-up in the Wisconsin FFA Traditional Scrapbook Competition, receiving a plaque, is the New London FFA. And the winner of the Wisconsin FFA Traditional Scrapbook Competition, receiving a plaque, is the Gilman FFA chapter. Congratulations again for a job well done.
Digital scrapbooks are judged based on the same areas as the traditional scrapbook, but they take advantage of modern media and design tools. The top placing chapters in the digital scrapbook contest will also receive a check sponsored by Four Hands Holsteins. Now let's find out who our winners are. In 5th place is the Ashland FFA. In 4th place is the Augusta FFA. In 3rd place is the Economowoc FFA. The state runner-up in the Wisconsin FFA Digital Scrapbook Competition, receiving a plaque, is the Badger FFA. And the winner of the Wisconsin FFA Digital Scrapbook Competition, receiving a plaque, is the River Valley FFA. Congratulations again for a job well done.
As E.M. Tiffany wrote, farming is both pleasant as well as challenging. And Justin is an FFA member who knows this all too well. Justin's father runs a dairy and grain operation near Gillett, Wisconsin. This means that Justin spends a lot of time helping him. While his friends can be found driving around town or heading north to the lakes, Justin's hard at work, milking cows, or cleaning out the barn. He's a crucial part of the farm, and a lot of their success depends upon him. If instead of being straightforward and playing square with his father, he decided instead to slouch off or be lazy, then things could take a turn for the worse quickly. But he doesn't. He has a great work ethic that pushes him to continue working hard and playing square. And better yet, he doesn't let this get in the way of enjoying FFA. Meeting people from around the nation and building relationships within his community are two of his favorite parts about the organization. This balance between hard work and fun proves to me that Justin believes in being happy himself, and he chooses to play square with those whose happiness depends upon him. I was also reminded of how much fun FFA is by the members at the Washington Middle School in Oconto Falls. There, I had the pleasure of attending one of their after-school meetings. When I walked in and saw a "Do Not Dab" on guest speaker sign, I knew I was in for a good time. During the meeting, we focused on developing our leadership skills through several exciting activities, including one of my personal favorites, a balloon snake race. And it's a good thing the school is empty, because the shouts of joy and laughter could be heard throughout the hallways. And to top off the evening, we had an ice cream sundae party. The entire time I was there, I was in amazement of how much fun these members were having. Everything from the locker hangings telling me that Dexter, the classroom rabbit, believes in me, to the list of classroom notices, including no chanting in the classroom and do not commit insurance fraud. It's pretty obvious these members know how to have fun. And it was the hard work they exhibited while working on their leadership skills and the fun that they had while doing it that proves that they believe in being happy themselves and that they choose to play square with those whose happiness depends upon them. Now, your state parliamentarian, Emily Cruz, is another member who's had a ton of fun through FFA. I'd like to welcome her to the stage now to introduce our next performers.
The State FFA Honors Band and chorus members have been working hard all week to provide entertainment for us. The convention would be lacking in spirit and enthusiasm without their dedication and hard work. If you're interested in an encore, the band and chorus will also be performing at the 2019 Wisconsin State Fair. But none of this would be possible without the direction and help of Mr. Monty Dunham, State FFA Honors Band Director, and Mr. Peter Ing and Ms. Deanna Barkhouse, State FFA Honors Chorus Directors. Please join me in a round of applause as they perform for the last time.
Good morning. State FFA Honors Band will perform one of our favorites. Here's highlights from the rock group Chicago.
Morning. The choir will be doing a mashup of songs Let It Be and Redemption Song, Let It Be by the Beatles, of course, and Redemption Song sung by Bob Marley and just redone by John Legend a couple of years ago with soloist Alex Bartol from Waiwega, Fremont, singing the solo. And Deanna Barkhouse will be singing, directing the first song, and I'll be directing the second song.
after they took I from the bottomless pit, but my hand and was made strong by the hands of the Almighty. We forwarded this generation triumphantly.
Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. No fear of atomic energy. None of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets? Will we stand aside and look? Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? 'Cause all I ever had, redemption songs, redemption songs. Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear of atomic energy. 'Cause none of them can stop the time. How long shall they kill our prophets? Always stand aside and look. Some say it's just a part of it. We've got to fulfill the book. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? It's all I ever had. Redemption songs. It's all I ever had. Redemption songs. These songs of freedom. Redemption songs. Redemption songs.
I am now pleased to call upon Mr. Monty Denham and Mr. Peter Ng to present Wisconsin's nominees for the National FFA Band and Chorus.
Good morning. It's an honor to serve in this capacity again in year 22. It's been a great experience. This is a wonderful group of students that I've been able to work with again this year. I really appreciate all the support. Advisors especially, thank you for dealing with our technological difficulties this year. I think we overcame those thanks to a lot of help from you. The students have shown up on Tuesday ready to work, and they have done nothing but work hard the whole time. Oh, I'm sorry. They've also had a lot of fun. It's amazing what good friendships are made out of the ensemble over just this short amount of time. But that's really no surprise to Peter and I, because we were in these organizations back from like 77 to 85-ish or 84, somewhere in there. And we still have friends that we call on from those days. Some of you here that it's just nice to greet every year. Really, really appreciate it. A couple of additional thank yous this year. The young man you saw direct The Lion King this morning is a member of the band. He's going to be a junior music ed major at River Falls this fall. That's Lucas West back there in the percussion section. Thanks, Lucas. And then breaking in a new assistant this year. She's also going to be a junior at River Falls this fall, majoring in music ed. Her name's Katie Justin, so thank you, Katie. The students whose names I will now read will simply stand by their chair. Anybody who's been in the band more than 1 year is eligible to be nominated for National Band. Some of them have already told me they will or will not be able to participate, and we understand that because the fall is busy, especially for those in college, to take a week off or whatever amount of time they would need to go to the National Convention and represent us. Many of these students, though, have said they would really like to audition for the band, so advisors, please help them out. They've picked up a packet of information. There's a date approaching in a short amount of time, under a month, where that application has to be in, so if you could please help them, that would be great. I will now recognize those students who have been a part of the band for more than 1 year and are therefore eligible to be nominated. From the flute section, from Pecatonica, Sam Holmstrom. From Sevastopol, Maya Plur. From Denmark, Leah Schilke. And from Holman, Kaylin Kuyak. From our clarinet section, from Clinton, Rachel Burno. From Cumberland, Izzy West. From Shawano, Mackenzie Trinko. From Darlington, Ashley Carnes. From Horicon, Casey Wald. From Denmark, Max Schilke. From Watertown, she won't be applying because she'll be representing you as a state officer. Haha, got you. From Watertown, Michelle Stangler. And from Bigfoot, Jackie Sanchez. On bass clarinet, from Holman, Mackenzie Stameyer. On alto sax, from Spencer, Courtney Zimmerman. Wisconsin Heights, the one and only Brennan Zander. From Denmark, Brooke Berglund. From Cumberland, Amy West. From Broadhead, Cody Baxter. From Sevastopol, Rachel Hitbus. And from Neilsville, Dane Loberg. On tenor sax, from Mount Horeb, Sydney Schlicht. On bari sax, from Spencer, Danica Grippentrog. On trumpet, from Wittenberg, Burnhamwood, Alex Lewandowski. Stanley Boyd, Ella Koenig. Winnicott, Jody Weiland. From Shawano, Amelia Rademacher. Waiawega Fremont, Austin Bartel. Denmark, well, he won't be doing it either because he'll be representing you guys. From Denmark, Joe Schleis. From Prairie Farm, Aaron Bates. Poinet, Abigail Stalbaum. And from Pulaski, Kayla Reed. On the French horn, from Adams Friendship, Justin Chipman. And from Waterloo, Amber Coles. On trombone, from Denmark, Lizzie Novak. From Westby, Caitlin Dunham. From Wisconsin Heights, Brooks Luke. From Evansville, Emma Jorgensen. Waiawega Fremont, Mason Sorens. Let's see, on baritone, from CFC, Caleb Shiston. From New Holstein, Emily McNally. Glenwood City, May Buttles. On tuba, from Clinton, Kenny Balmer. And from Parkview, Caleb Merrick. And finally, our percussion people that are eligible to be nominated. From Cumberland, Lucas West. Wisconsin Heights, Cassidy DeWitt. Denmark, Emily Nelson. Cashton, Lily Adams. Waupun, Bailey Wetzel. Denmark, Cameron Ducat. And from Holman, Josh Sesvold. Thanks once again for an absolutely wonderful experience. Please come see us at the fair. They know about 25 tunes. You haven't even heard half of them. They're really going to be a good group to have representing you at the state fair. Thanks once again.
Thank you. I also want to thank the advisors and parents for bringing us these wonderful kids from the great state of Wisconsin. I can't believe the amount of talent we have and in this great state. And these kids are the nicest you can run into. It's wonderful. I want to thank our assistant, Deanna Barkhouse. She's been with us, I think, 16-ish years, also with the choir, many years with. Thank you, Deanna. Would you stand up, Deanna? Thank you. We also have Taylor Hessler helping us. She's been at Viterbo. She's wishing to go to UBL next year. She's a sophomore in music education. So Taylor, thank you for what you did. I also want to thank this person to my left. Is his 22nd year and my 21st year, and he's retired from teaching at school, but he's not retiring from the FFA band. We've been very close, and it's been a very good working relationship that we have. It works really well, and we're not going to do this. We're not going to quit this for a while. So thank you so much for Monty and what you've done. Thank you. Just really shortly, I want to talk about, I thought about last night what choir means to me and to kids. So the C in choir means common interest. These kids have common interest in music, but not only we went around the room yesterday and talked about what these kids want to do, it's pretty amazing what these kids have goals for, and it's wonderful to have the H stands for harmony, and we have like 20 hours that we practice, and they have to learn how to harmonize, sometimes not on the page, so it works really well. O stands for outstanding. These kids, again, as I said, are really outstanding kids, and they're really fun to work with, and it's fun to have relationships with those. Improvisation is I, so sometimes we have to go on the fly, and it's like, oh, that didn't work, let's try something else. And something we do really well, and they can do that really well. So, and then relationships, these kids see each other 7 days out of the year, and those 7 days, I think sometimes create closer friendships than some of the choirs and bands that you see all that practice all year long. And it's really kind of interesting how that works. So, so thank you. Kudos to you guys. So the next group, as Monty did for the band, these kids are going to be nominated for the National FFA Choir. They will all not be able to do it because they have jobs, they have college, they have musicals going on during the national convention and so on. So recognizing these people, Maggie Condon, Horicon. Valerie Mikowski, Horicon. Emily Makos, Judah. Katie Schmelzer, Owen Withy. Tia Wisniewski, Owen Withy. Allison Adrian, Platteville. Harley Teska, Royal. Lydia Kidal, Stevens Point. Bailey Gehring, Balders. Cassidy Van Buren, Waupun. Sharice Albert, Westby. Kendra Goplin, Whitehall. Cassie Perel, Wisconsin Heights. Elizabeth Fiskus, Sevastopol. Braden Strelka, Barron. Justin Grady, Marshall. Matthew Fisher, Owen Withy. Riley Siegfried, Chano. Sean Kruger, Weston. Noah Bestel, Bowler. Dylan Voigt, Brillion. Riley Jones, Darlington. Carter Lentz, Horicon. Ben Hebner, Lakeside Lutheran. Andrew Scheller, Manawa. Joe Grady, Marshall. Shane Bauer, Spencer. Jack Deweese, Union Grove. Alex Bartel, Wyowega Fremont. Morgan Johansson, Baldwin Willville. April Hunt, Barron. Megan Culpet, Cashton. Sarah Flock, Cashton. Taylor Hanley, Cashton. Melody Hampton, Cassville. Lauren Jones, Darlington. Haven Olson, DeForest. Amber Glassell, Elkhorn. Leah Weniger, Hartford. Milana Malter, Hustaford. Heidi Judas, Marshall. Haley Liu, Medford. Caitlin Prochalski, Mishicot. Cheryl Ackerman, Owen Withy. Megan Meyer, Richmond Center. Cheyenne Wilson, Weston. Hannah Tim, Wyowega Fremont. Andrew Smith, Barron. Garrett Steinhoff, Cashton. Marshall Walker, Montello. Brady Goultard, Nilsville. Reed Scott, Schulzberg. Aaron Shaw, Bonduel. Thank you very much, and just want to put a shout out to those people who are in the audience. If you'd like to join us next year, please apply. Thank you so much.
Thank you again to Mr. Ng and Mr. Dunham. Congratulations again to our national nominees. And now, for our final talent performance of the convention, please welcome Haven Olson of the DeForest FFA chapter.
Dying on the floor, stone cold, stone cold. Maybe if I don't cry, I won't feel anymore. Stone cold. made you feel happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand. I'll take the pain, give me the truth. Me and my heart will make it through. If happy is her, I'm happy for you. Gold, you're dancing with her while I'm staring at my phone. Stone, gold, stone, gold. I was your amber, but now she's your shade of gold. Stone, gold, baby. God knows I've tried to feel happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand. I'll take the pain, give me the truth. Me and my heart will make it through. If happy is her, I'm happy for you. Don't wanna be stone, cold stone. I wish I could mend this, but here's my goodbye. Oh, I'm happy for you. Know that I am, even if I can't understand. If happy is her, if happy is her, I'm happy for you.
Thank you, Haven Olson, and all the talent performers for contributing to the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention. At this time, I'd like to call upon Galen Combs, State Sentinel, to announce our state talent competition results.
The Wisconsin State FFA Talent Competition was held in Convention Hall B on Tuesday morning. You may have had the opportunity to see them perform during the competition, at a dinner, or in our sessions. It takes a lot of courage to perform in front of your peers, and these talented individuals do it with poise and confidence. They have all done an outstanding job performing for us here at Convention. We give a special thank you to the judges of this event and our state convention partners, which are recognized throughout the convention for supporting the talent competition. I am excited to announce the top 5 in the 2019 State Talent Competition. In 5th place, the Sundown Band. Members are Tristan Workus from Stratford, Faith Walters from Winneconne, and Alexis and Mary Lewandowski from Wittenberg-Burnhamwood. Coming in 4th place is Tyson Morrissey from the Shullsburg FFA chapter. In 3rd place is Haven Olson from the DeForest FFA chapter. And now on to the top 2 in the 2019 State Talent Competition. Would these individuals please step forward when their names are announced to receive their plaque? The runner-up in the State Talent Competition is Melissa Conkle of the Bigfoot FFA chapter. And the winner of the 2019 State Talent Competition is Cassie Johnson of the Luck FFA chapter. Let's congratulate these talented individuals one more time as they exit the stage.
This is Emma, and this is Emma. Emma T is her chapter's president, and Emma H is her chapter's president. They both had amazing years leading their officer teams, but they both had to face adversity along the way. Now, Emma T was one of the first members I had the pleasure of meeting during my second ever chapter visit. She was excited to start her senior year and had a full year planned. And her chapter had a great year. They finished building their brand new greenhouse. They had 2 quiz bowl teams, a dozen CD competitors, and a bunch of fun. Thanks in no small part to her help and service. Emma had such a fulfilling FFA career that she decided to try and become the next Section 8 state officer. So she filled out her state degree application and began preparing for the election process. And that was when she got some difficult news. There was an issue with her application, and she wouldn't be receiving her state degree, meaning she couldn't run for office. I mean, obviously she was disappointed. 4 years of hard work and dedication, and she had fallen short of her ultimate goal. And that's when Emma had a choice. She could have easily stopped right there, given up on FFA, and instead focused on her life after high school. But she didn't. She doubled down. She did her best to help prepare the livestock CDE team and plan an amazing chapter banquet. Emma could have easily just quit or given in to senioritis. But instead, she continued to believe in being happy herself, and she chose to play square with those whose happiness is dependent upon her. Now, Emma H had to face a more serious situation this year. She was excited to be elected president and had big dreams of what her chapter would accomplish, and she hoped to be the best officer she could be, but also questioned if being elected was the right choice for her. The year started all right, but not everything went as planned. Due to the serious illness of a family member, Emma had to dedicate a lot more time to the family farm. Time that was planned for FFA events was now spent milking cows or feeding calves. It was a difficult time for both her family and her fellow members. By December, Emma felt like maybe being elected was a mistake, and thoughts of quitting FFA began to cross her mind. Thankfully, she didn't. Her fellow officers rallied around her with support and encouragement. Second semester became a redemption story for Emma. Her chapter worked hard. They made countless memories together, and Emma did her best to make others smile, even if it was at her own expense. Emma continued to believe in being happy herself with the help of those around her. And more impressive than that, no matter the struggles she was facing, she always chose to play square with those whose happiness depended upon her. These 2 officers led 2 amazing chapters to some great achievements. And we're now going to celebrate achievements from chapters from across the state. Our next award area recognizes chapters who excelled at playing square in the 3 areas of the FFA vision: growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture. The National Chapter Award is the gold standard of the National FFA organization. It reflects the commitment of chapter members and officers, as it entails a lengthy application process. Congratulations to all our applicants, and thank you for choosing to create an impact that will better your chapters, your members, and your communities. Would State Vice Presidents Jillian Tyler and Colin Weltzine please announce our National Chapter Award winners?
The National Chapter Award Program is sponsored by our generous state convention partners who are recognized throughout the convention. The 2019 bronze-rated National Chapter Award winner
is the Burlington FFA. Congratulations.
The silver-rated chapters for the 2019 National Chapter Award include Baldwin Woodville, Barron, Bloomer, Bonduelle, Boscobel, Colby, DeForest, Ellsworth, Fenimore, Keel, Lamira, Marshall, Mauston, Owen Withy, Reedsburg, River Valley, and Seymour. Let's congratulate them on a job well done.
This year, we are proud to send gold-rated National Chapter Award applications to the national competition. They will see how they rank compared to other chapters from around the country. Those chapters ranked gold that will be going on to compete at the national level include Adams Friendship, Badger, Beaver Dam, Bigfoot, Cochrane Fountain City, Columbus, Denmark, Freedom, Granton, Lodi, Manawa, Prairie Farm, Sauk Prairie, Schulzburg, Spooner, Stanley Boyd, Stevens Point, Thorpe, Toma, Verona, Wapaka, Waupun, Wyowega Fremont. Whitehall. And Winneconne. Congratulations and good luck to all of these chapters who will represent Wisconsin at the National FFA Convention in October.
The National Chapter Award is divided into 3 divisions: growing leaders, building communities, and strengthening agriculture. We recognize the top 10 chapters in each of these areas. These chapters will receive trophies, and the top 5 will receive cash awards sponsored by our state convention sponsors. The purpose of the Growing Leaders Division is to encourage chapters to create a variety of purposeful activities to help students develop as individuals and team players. The division is judged on the following quality standards: leadership activities, healthy lifestyles, scholastic achievements, personal growth, and the development of agricultural career skills. We commend all of Wisconsin's FFA chapters that are providing activities that develop the leadership skills of their members. The top 10 chapters in Growing Leaders for 2019 are: in 10th place is the Manawa FFA. In 9th place is the Winneconne FFA. Placing 8th is the Badger FFA. And in 7th is the Bigfoot FFA chapter. Placing 6th is the Waupun FFA. In 5th place is the Wapaka FFA. And in 4th place is the Stanley Boyd FFA. Placing 3rd is the Wyowega Fremont FFA chapter. The runner-up is the Prairie Farm FFA. And Wisconsin's 2019 Growing Leaders National Chapter Award winner is the Denmark FFA. Let's congratulate all of our finalists one final time as they leave the stage.
FFA chapters can create partnerships with other groups and organizations in their areas while taking on leadership roles to make their community a better place to live and work. The Building Communities Division is judged upon the quality standards of environmental activities, human resources, citizenship, stakeholder engagement, and economic development. We congratulate all chapters in Wisconsin that are providing these outstanding opportunities to their members. The top 10 chapters in Building Communities for 2019 are: in 10th place is the Waupun FFA. In 9th place is the Toma FFA. In 8th place is the Manawa FFA. Placing 7th is the Schulzberg FFA. In 6th place is the Wyaliga Fremont FFA. In 5th place is the Thorpe FFA. In 4th place is the Prairie Farm FFA. And in 3rd place is the Denmark FFA. And the runner-up is the Freedom FFA. And the Wisconsin 2019 Building Communities National Chapter Award winner is the Wapaka FFA. Please join us in congratulating these chapters as they leave the stage.
FFA chapters do a variety of activities at the chapter level to recruit new members, encourage safety, and promote agriculture. The Division of Strengthening Agriculture recognizes those FFA chapters that have found ways to excel in support group activities, chapter recruitment, safety, agricultural advocacy, and agricultural literacy. We appreciate all of our chapters that strengthen our organization's agricultural roots. The top 10 chapters in Strengthening Agriculture for 2019 are: in 10th place is the Manawa FFA. In 9th place is the Schulzberg FFA. Placing 8th is the Bigfoot FFA. In 7th is the Lodi FFA. Placing 6th is the Prairie Farm FFA. In 5th place is the Badger FFA. Placing 4th is the Freedom FFA. In 3rd place is the Wapaka FFA. The runner-up is the Stanley Boyd FFA. And the 2019 Strengthening Agriculture National Chapter Award winner is the Denmark FFA. Help me in congratulating all of these chapters as they leave the stage.
Now is the time to announce the top 10 gold chapters in the overall National Chapter Award Program. Each of these chapters will also be advancing to the national competition. The top 3 chapters will receive a plaque and the recognition as the premier chapters of our state association. Placing 10th is the Waupun FFA. In 9th place is the Bigfoot FFA. Eighth place is the Stanley Boyd FFA chapter. In 7th place is the Badger FFA. In 6th place is the Waiwega Fremont FFA. Placing 5th is the Freedom FFA. In 4th place is the Manawa FFA. And in 3rd place is the Prairie Farm FFA. And the runner-up is the Wapaka FFA. And the 2019 National Chapter Award winner in the state of Wisconsin is the Denmark FFA. Thank you again to our convention partners for sponsoring this award. Let's congratulate all the National Chapter Award winners one final time. Would State Vice President Amber Patterson, State Sentinel Galen Combs, and State Reporter Ashley Hagenow please come to the stage to help recognize some of the people who helped make this convention possible.
The 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention would not have been possible if it were not for the generous group of individuals who have given us their time and talents this year. From managing contests to coordinating members backstage, their work builds on Wisconsin's FFA's tradition of excellence. Please reference page 43 of the program to see their names listed. Please join the state officer team in thanking these crucial supporters.
Each year, students are chosen to help with the public relations efforts of the Wisconsin FFA Convention. These students, under the leadership of Mrs. Terry Bernick and the Wisconsin FFA Center, have been hard at work writing press releases to inform the public about the success of individuals, teams, and chapters here at Convention. Let's give a round of applause to the newsroom staff for their hard work and dedication throughout Convention.
Dozens of members proudly wore the armband of the Convention Courtesy Corps this week. The efforts of these volunteers helped ensure that this convention would run smoothly and effectively. Let's give all of our Courtesy Corps members who assisted this week a well-deserved round of applause. Would Mitchell Schrupfer, State Treasurer, please assume the position of the chair?
My freshman year, I forgot the 4th paragraph of the creed. This year, I met thousands of students and members who reminded me every day of what FFA truly stands for. Mary reminded me of how nervous I was during leadership development events and that I needed to have confidence like her. Justin reminded me of all our hardworking members and the effort that they give, and that I needed to match his work ethic. The members at the Washington Middle School reminded me of how much fun FFA is, and that I needed to enjoy every moment like them. Emma T. reminded me of what it's like to dream big, and that I needed to do my best to help and serve all our aspiring leaders. And Emma H. reminded me of the importance of family, and that my FFA family will always be there for me. And you all reminded me of how lucky I am, that I needed to believe in being happy myself, and you made it impossible to forget that I needed to play square with those whose happiness depends upon me. So thank you, all of you, for being my peers and my friends and my teachers, and for reminding us all to choose to believe in the future of agriculture, in ourselves, and in being happy.
When I was young, you sat beside me, my only son.
The Constitution of the National FFA Organization specifies that there is a fixed number of voting delegates at every national convention, 475. Wisconsin is permitted to bring 13 voting delegates to convention, which is 2 delegates greater than the number of state officers. A process has been developed whereby any member in good standing can apply for a delegate position, and if selected, will join the state officers at the National FFA Convention. This year, 19 individuals applied for these positions. The individuals selected will have to make every moment count as they take on the large task of representing our state in delegate committees and official sessions. Let's show our appreciation to those individuals who interviewed our candidates. I will now announce the delegates who will travel to the National FFA Convention in Indianapolis, Indiana. Would the delegates chosen please come up on the stage when your name is announced? The alternate delegate this year will be Amara Livingston. National delegates for the 92nd National FFA Convention include the 2019-2020 State FFA Officers and Ben Steyer and Courtney Zimmerman. Congratulations to our delegates and FFA members who will represent Wisconsin at the National Convention. I would now like to welcome to the stage some special guests who will be introducing our next speaker. Would Bigfoot FFA members please join me on stage?
A lot of people love trail mix. Such a great combination of sweet, salty, and crunch. There is nothing like the perfect trail mix. Our state president has a combination, but it's not the same combination. It's a combination of character. We call it the Amelia mix.
She's selfless, always willing to help others, and prioritizes helping you above her own responsibilities. She has shown me the path that I want to follow. She doesn't seek the limelight, it finds her.
If you had the privilege of spending time with her, you already know her commitment to service. Her passion for service has impacted me, and now I cannot imagine my life without seeking to serve.
She is a lifelong learner. To her, life is a never-ending adventure, and I'm so thankful and blessed that I've been able to travel that journey with her.
We have all been impacted by the Amelia mix. To know Amelia is to be changed forever. Selfless, service, lifelong learning. She is one of us.
She is our friend.
Your fellow FFA member,
Amelia Hayden.
Guys, do you ever have one of those days where you think, I have this great idea, but then you go and try to turn that idea into a reality, and it ends up not great? Growing up, my childhood best friend and I had a lot of these days. One summer, when we were about 4, we gathered up all of the supplies we needed for our great idea. A milk crate, a pair of scissors, and 2 Capri Sun juice pouches. The milk crate was for sitting, the juice was for drinking, and the scissors, those were for cutting our hair. First, she cut my hair, and then I cut hers, and then we proudly went to show our parents. But instead of getting excited looks, we got a, what happened? We looked at each other, looked back up, and said, it was an accident. As you can see, my mom had to trim my hair even shorter to make it look at least a little even. But we were not bright people, so the next summer, when we were about 5, we gathered up the milk crate, the scissors, and 2 Capri Sun juice pouches, and we cut our hair again. But 2 times, not enough to teach us a lesson. So the next summer, when we were about 6, we gathered up all the supplies and cut our hair once again. On one of these occasions, when my mom was trimming my hair to make it even, she asked, how does this keep accidentally happening? I smiled and said, maybe the accident happens on purpose. Now, did we do our cutting hair on purpose? Well, first of all, we thought we were hilarious. You should have seen our parents' reactions. And second of all, it was summer and it was hot. Who wants long hair for that? So yeah, we had a purpose. But if I'm being honest, we weren't always purposeful. You see, purpose is all about a result you're striving for, an end goal you're working towards, or a principle you live by. Whether that's wanting to be respected in the community, have a tight-knit family, get better grades in school, have shorter hair. Purpose is all about that plan in your head. Being purposeful is all about the plan in your heart. We're purposeful when we do things for the right reasons, and because way down deep, we want to. We have purpose when we act for us and our goals. Being purposeful is all about acting to help others reach theirs. But sometimes what starts out full of purpose can transform and end as purposeful. When we do things with purpose, we begin to develop a brand. Like FFA has a brand of hardworking students. People know when the FFA shows up, the work is going to get done. For us as individuals, when people get to know us, they might say we develop a bit of a reputation. For me, throughout high school, I developed 2 reputations in my FFA chapter. And if you've talked with me, these may not surprise you. The first is that I love the Agri-Science Fair competition. Yeah. I mean, I'm talking, I used senior skip day in high school to go work on my agri-science fair project. The night before interviews, I sleep talk about agri-science. And in fact, I tried to convince the stage crew to let me do agri-science experiments on stage so I didn't have to give this speech. I love agri-science, guys. My other reputation is that I do not do well with less than 9 hours of sleep. So you can imagine how convention is going. When I get overtired, there are several things that happen. One, I get sassier, and I am already way too sassy for my own good. Two, I start crying. I actually did this backstage where I started laughing so hard that I was crying and no one knew what to do, and it was awkward. And the third thing I do is that I get sick because my body is so tired and I don't know what to do. So, sassy, crying, and sick. Definitely not a good combination. And you might say not a good combination at an important event like state convention. My junior year here at state convention, these two reputations intertwined perfectly. Picture this. You show up to convention, and of course, the first night we're all going to stay up ridiculously late. For my chapter, we would play cards, sneak in some last-minute interview practice, and eat way too many Sour Patch Kids. I only got 1 hour of sleep that first night of convention, which meant overtired kid. But what was the worst that could go? Well, I left the Tuesday night session super sick. My chapter found me wrapped up in a blanket like a burrito underneath an end table in my hotel room. But it's not the end of the world. Really, guys, I'll be fine. Except that Wednesday morning, that very next morning, was my agri-science fair interview. Remember, I love agri-science. There was no way I was skipping that interview just because I was a little sick. So I decided I had to go. The next morning, I was feeling at least 2% better after getting some sleep. I hadn't eaten anything all day, so there was nothing in my stomach. And really, the interview should only last for about 10 minutes, so I'll be fine. I walked into the interview, shook the judges' hands, and started by saying, "Hi, I'm Amelia Hayden, and my research project was about..." And I kid you not, I made it less than 2 sentences into my interview before I started feeling sick. I knew I could not get sick in an agri-science fair interview, so I tried to push that feeling as far back into my mind as I could and took a deep breath. But now I was even more nervous than ever. And so I did what nervous, tired people do, and definitely what nervous, tired Amelia does. I cried in an interview. And you know, whoever put the judges' teams together wasn't even nice enough to give me like a nice, non-judgmental advisor that was giving off mom vibes. I got to cry in front of 3 serious, stoic advisors who just stared at me, wondering what to do with that kid. Luckily, I pulled it together, asked if I could restart the interview, and actually made it through that time. I was super sick, and I could have said, I can't do the interview. But I knew I had to, because the chance to interview for Agri-Science Fair wasn't going to come around again until the next convention. Yeah, I was super nervous. But so were all the other FFA members interviewing that day. It would have been easy to say, not today. But I didn't. And it's because I really thought I only had one choice. I mean, technically, there was option 1, interview, and option 2, don't. But option 1 also included finish what you started, and option 1 also included potentially go to nationals in Agri-Science Fair. So with that, option 2 kind of just faded away. I could have said, not today. But when we live our lives with purpose, it's easier to say, today is my day. Why couldn't it be? When we live our lives with purpose and have a reason behind what we do, it becomes easier to forget not today and to embrace today is the day. Fueled by my purpose of finishing what I started and competing in the National Agri-Science Fair, I knew I could believe that today was my day, no matter how sick I was. And little did I know, but that purpose for me was the chance for me to transform from purpose to purposeful. What moments have you had where you had the chance to choose whether to have purpose or to be purposeful? This past year, I have met so many amazing FFA members like you guys who are on that journey from purpose to purposeful. Members that show up every day to their school aquaponics system with some brand new engineering idea for it. I've seen chapter presidents who are walking around before their retiring address with a crumpled piece of paper, worn from wanting to get the words just right. I've seen members who say, just one more practice interview for tonight, and then do 12 more. And members who are constantly telling stories about that one time they did that one thing with their friends. Members who wake up on their family farm before the sun even rises, head to school once it does, and stay after to help, even though they don't have to. Members who prioritize what is important to them and do it with purpose. Members who purposefully succeed. We constantly have a choice between purpose and purposeful, between acting for us and our goals and acting to help others reach theirs. Sometimes we just need a little reminder. As the convention comes to a close, I wanted to give you all something. Something to remind you about the choice that we all have. As you receive a bag, take one item from it and pass it down your row. If you're at the end of your row, just leave the bag on the floor next to you. We choose purposeful. When we interview and practice with someone else before we practice for ourselves. We choose purposeful. When we volunteer because we love doing it in our community. We choose purposeful. When we say we'll stay the extra hour or two. We choose purposeful. When we are living to serve. You see, we constantly have that choice to make. Grab out the coin that is in your hand. First of all, please appreciate the corduroy stickers. We worked very hard putting those on. On one side, we have purpose. And on the flip side, purposeful. We constantly have that choice to be making. So what do you choose? Purpose or purposeful? Because if there's one thing I have learned this year, it is that life is full of choices. I hope that this coin can serve as a reminder of the choice you have with every action. Keep it in your jacket pocket, on your desk, or somewhere where it can be a reminder for you. Wisconsin FFA, thank you for showing me the difference between purpose and purposeful, and for letting me experience so many purposeful moments with each of you throughout these years. It turns out I cut my hair as a kid on purpose. And I went to an interview sick as all get out on purpose. Since then, I have continued doing crazy things on purpose. like driving clear across the state at all hours of the night and day these past 2 years to visit you guys. But I've also learned a heck of a lot about being purposeful. And if I flip this coin and drop it, it still lands with purposeful up. If you make enough of the same choice, your coin will have a weighted side. So which side do you choose? Purpose or purposeful? It's your choice.
What you gonna do? The world is watching you every day. The choices you make, say what you are and who your heart beats for. It's an open door. It's your life. Are you who you always said you would be?
Thank you for making our jobs easy this year. Your unwavering organization, encouragement, and willingness to lend a listening ear was always appreciated. Your relentless passion for serving others helped us never forget why we do what we do. Whether it was sitting down and having a personal conversation when we needed it, driving to the other side of the state in the swagger wagon to help an FFA member with their agri-science fair project, or staying up till 3 a.m. to help plan a workshop and still finding a way to smile about it, your love for this organization, and perhaps more importantly, its people, never dimmed. As someone who would rather help somebody else succeed than succeed yourself, your selflessness is something we all admire. And sure, it may have taken a little help from your fierce addiction to black coffee, but for the last 365 days, we've watched you make other people's lives shine a little brighter. And whether you'll admit it or not, you've left a legacy that'll live on for a long time. Thank you for being a true teammate, a mentor, and a friend. Wisconsin FFA, for the final time, your 2018-2019 Wisconsin FFA President, Miss Amelia Hayden.
It's your life, what you gonna do? The world is watching you every day. The choices you make, say what you are and who your heart beats for. It's an open door. It's your
Now that's my president. This year, we also had the pleasure of working with your state reporter, Ashley Hagenow. Ashley is what we call a social butterfly. No matter the time or the place, there's always someone there who seems to know Ashley. And it's not uncommon to see her with a line of people waiting to say hello. I'd like to welcome her to the stage now as she presents this year's Wisconsin FFA Year in Review.
As we turn the page on this year and prepare for the next, let's take some time to reminisce and see just how far we've come in 1 year's time. So please sit back, relax, and enjoy the 2018-2019 Year in Review video.
I can die painting a picture of my life and my dreams. Suddenly this crazy world made more sense to me. Well, I heard it today and I couldn't help but sing along, 'cause every time I hear that song, and I go back to a two-tone short bed Chevy, driving my first love out to the levee, living life with no sense of time. I go back to the feel of a 50-yard line, a blanket, a girl, some raspberry wine. Wishing time would stop right in its tracks. Every time I hear that song, I'll go back, I'll go back. I used to rock all night long to keep on rocking me, baby. At frat parties, college bars, just trying to impress the ladies. Well, I heard today and I couldn't help but sing along. 'Cause every time I hear that song, I go back to the smell of an old gym floor and the taste of sun on a Carolina shore after graduation and drinking goodbye to friends. And I go back to watching summer fade to fall, growing up too fast, and I do recall wishing time would stop right in its tracks. Every time I hear that song, I go back, I go back. We all have a song that somehow stamped our lives, takes us to another place and time. So I go back to the pew, preacher and a choir, singing about God and brimstone and fire, and the smell of Sunday chicken after church. And I go back to the loss of a real good friend and the 16 summers I shared with him. Now only the good die young stops me in my tracks. Every time I hear that song, I'll go back, I'll go back to the feel of a 50-yard line, a blanket, a girl, some raspberry wine. I'll go back to watching summer fade to fall, growing up too fast, and I do recall. I'll go back to the loss of a real good friend and the 16 summers I shared with him. I'll go back, I'll go
Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger, pushing each other to the limits. We were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me, 'cause only those I really love will never really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure, 'cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30 years old. I'm still learning about life. My woman brought children for me, so I can sing them all my songs and I can tell them stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still savvy. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can warm me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, Mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old.
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, growing like a breeze. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, all my memories gather round her. Miner's lady, stranger to blue water, dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrop in my eye. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, I hear her voice in the morning hours. She calls me. The radio reminds me of my home far away. Driving down the road, I get a feeling that I should have been home yesterday. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia. Mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home to the place
From our first days as officers, to our first days at school, to our first days here on earth, our families have been there for us. They've all helped us deal with success, failure, and everything in between. They have been our biggest supporters and sometimes our biggest critics. But one thing keeps us together: love. Ladies and gentlemen, please join the State FFA officer team as we honor our families.
A family is like the stars.
Somehow they are always there.
Families are those who help.
Who support and always care.
A family is like a book.
The ending is never clear.
But through the pages of the book, their love is always near.
A family is many things.
With endless words that show who they are.
And what they do. And how they teach you so you know.
We love you!
Dad, thank you for always being there to figure out the logistics of my big dreams as well as being my financial advisor. You never told me I couldn't do something even if you didn't get what that something was. I'll never forget that following the rules wins contest. Ma, thank you for hauling me everywhere on the face of the earth and helping me with my animals. I may insist that I don't need the help, but some days I do. A little holler goes a long way, and a lot of holler goes even farther. Thank you for being the loudest person in the stands and never helping the fence if I go down. It toughened me up a little bit. Cody and Issa, thank you for taking care of my animals when I'm gone, always being there to talk whatever time in the night I come home, and keeping me up to date on middle school life. I don't know what I'm going to do next year without my ribbon go around. I love you all so much. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family: Tom, Trisha, Cody, and Madison.
No, you're fine.
You're in the car on the way to the movies and you're mortified your mom's dropping you.
Thank you for your endless support, from giving me gas money occasionally to buying an ice cream treat or teaching me new skills, but most importantly, instilling in me a passion for agriculture. Mom, thank you for working harder than anyone I know to provide us opportunities to reach our goals. Thank you for making us more worldly by encouraging us to take opportunities to explore and travel. Most of all, for sharing your love for the dairy industry. Dad, thank you for phone calls on your way home from work to check in and remind me you love me. Thank you for passing on your love for the outdoors and hunting. I can't wait for another hunting adventure or hiking trip. Hannah, Mitchell, and Levi, thank you for being my partners in crime, making me laugh, and most importantly, helping me chase animals back in when they are out. Logan, thank you for being my best friend and challenging me to be a better person, always knowing how to put a smile on my face and being able to fix the things I break. I love you all very much. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family.
Take pictures in your mind of your childhood room. Memorize what it sounded like.
Dad, you're the man I aspire to be. Your motor that never quits, your impeccable common sense, and your relentless drive for perfection never fail to inspire me. Your compliments don't come easy, but when they do, they mean something. There's no greater satisfaction for me than when I know I made you proud. And I've never received the compliment I take more pride in than when people tell me you're just like your dad. Ma, I don't know how you do it. You have the most thankless job of all, but you're the glue that holds us together. Thank you for always having a refreshing home-cooked meal when I came home, for making sure I had clean clothes in my suitcase, and for listening to every story I had to tell. I don't do a good enough job of showing it, but I love you and sincerely appreciate everything you do. Curtis and Connor, thanks for being my best friends. After being on the road, I could always look forward to being back home with you guys. And thanks for picking up my slack on the farm as I joyrided across the countryside this past year. Wisconsin FFA, when it comes to family, I've been blessed with the best. I present to you my parents, Keith and Karen, and my brothers, Curtis and Connor.
Brian, Bree, Amanda, Golden, Annie, and Adam. I wish I could find a way to thank you for everything from the past 21 years of my life.
Thank you for always asking how things are going, picking up the phone when I am tired driving home, and for dealing with me when I may be a little overtired and cranky. Dylan, thank you for being a listening ear even when you have other things to get done. Though we may disagree on occasion, I really don't know anyone else that can get me to laugh and smile as much as you. Mom and Dad, thank you for allowing me to follow my dreams and helping me become the person I am today. You both have taught me to never give up, even when I feel like quitting. Thank you for checking in and asking how events are going. You truly are the best, for always letting me be gone so much, especially when there is a lot to be done on the farm. Love you both so much. You all are the best. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you the Patterson family.
Nothing to regret. I'd give all I have, honey, if you could stay like that. Oh, darling, don't you ever grow up. Don't you ever grow up.
Mom, Papa, and Aiden, thank you for being the people I know are always there. Aiden, even though you weren't able to make it home from North Carolina this week, you set the bar high and always pushed me to be the best I could be. You and I don't say it much, but you gave me the framework for what I'm capable of and introduced me to the FFA. I know that I wouldn't be who I am without your shoes to fill before me. Papa, thank you for being the man I want to be and always being the one who I can learn from. You taught me to love agriculture, and ever since I was little, I knew I wanted to be like you. Mom, you are someone who I know will be the one I can ask questions to or ask for a helping hand. You were the best Lily coach and horse trainer that I could ever ask for. For all the days you spent driving me around and getting me ready for shows and FFA events, thank you. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family, my parents Dave and Sherry, and my sister Aiden.
Someday and call your own shots, but don't make her drop you off around the block. Remember that she's getting older too, and don't lose the way that you dance around.
Mom and Dad, thank you for supporting me in all of my endeavors and for serving as a tireless source of guidance and wisdom. Especially Dad with his endless amounts of questions and soul searching. The words thank you do not even begin to cover the depth of my gratitude for all that you have done for Sarah and me. And I am so thankful to have you both with me on this incredible journey called life. Sarah, you continue to inspire me every day, and I am so thankful and proud to call you my sister. Thank you for being my best friend and for loving me unconditionally through every moment, good and bad. I am so excited to see what you accomplish in your bright future, and with your drive and hard work ethic, I know anything is possible for you. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my parents, Bob and Lisa, and sister Sarah.
Mom, thank you for always being there, for proofreading everything, loading my car, and always having my favorite foods when I come home. Dad, thank you for always asking how my trip was, what pictures I had, and making sure my car was ready to roll when I was. Mike, thank you for being the first one at the door when I come home, giving me a bear hug, and always asking what I had to eat when I was gone. Jess, Ezra, and Evie, thanks for giving me excitement in life and a break when I need one. I know that I can always come over to escape my work. Matthew, thank you for being you. I always look forward to hearing your jokes and being able to bounce ideas off of you when I'm home. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family, David, Karen, Mike, Jess, Ezra, Evie, Matthew.
Mom, thank you for being the leader in my life. For making me take piano lessons, to convincing me to join FFA, you have always been my guiding light. Not everyone has an outstanding leader in their life, and I'm forever thankful to have one as my mother. Dad, from your hairline to your sense of humor, I inherited a lot from you. Thank you for teaching me how to work hard, play square, and do the right thing. Sarah, words cannot describe what these past few years have meant to me. Thank you for staying up late for my phone calls and listening to me when I needed to talk things through. You inspire me to be the best I can be. Marcus and Tyler, thank you for being my partners in crime. Competition and rivalries may have led to some bumps and bruises and a bloody nose or two, but I'm thankful for the way that you both push me to be better and work harder. Thank you all for supporting me in everything I do. We may have our jokes or our differences, but I know that I will always be able to count on you. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family, Jolynn, David, Sarah, Marcus, and Tyler.
If you could stay like that, oh, darling, don't you ever grow up, don't you ever grow up, just stay this little, oh, darling, don't
Mom,
you ever
Dad,
grow up,
Elizabeth,
don't
and
you ever
Nicole.
grow up,
Thank you for always being there to support me throughout my FFA career. Mom and Dad, from driving me to different events or being there to help me while I was home, you were always willing to go the extra mile to support me. Elizabeth, thank you for helping me out with the cattle and watching over them while I was away at the latest event. Nicole and Dean, thank you for being there to help me with various projects throughout my time in FFA. Both of you have helped me in ways you will not understand. Wyatt and Wesley, thank you for keeping me on my toes and always putting me in a better mood when you are around. Wisconsin FFA, I am happy to present to you my family, my mom Lori, Dad John, Elizabeth, Nicole, Dean, Wyatt, and Wesley.
drop you off around the block, remember that she's getting older too, and don't lose the way that you dance around in your PJs, getting ready for school. Oh,
Mom, Dad, Brevin, and Macy, you are the most important people in my life. Macy, I look at you and see a leader with a caring heart and a selfless manner. Your snap saying I love you and the gift of a plastic succulent that I can take with me on trips make you the most incredible sister a girl could ask for. Brevin, you chose work over being here, but that represents some of your best strengths. You are dedicated and committed. You have been my best friend for the past 18 years, from being my gym partner to sending me pictures of big dogs that you see. You are irreplaceable. Mom, I love you. You never end a phone call or let me leave for the week without reminding me of that. I am blessed to have gotten so lucky with a mom who is strong in her principles, a kind teacher, and a role model independent woman. Dad, I strive to be as respected as you. You have been my inspiration from day one. You are faithful, wise, supportive, and strong. I am honored to retire my FFA jacket next to yours and Mom's, but even more honored to continue to grow agriculture as you have taught me. Wisconsin FFA, I present to you my family and best friends, Amy, Dave, Macy, and Brevin.
New apartment in a big city, they just dropped me off. It's so much colder than I thought it would be, so I tucked myself in and turned my night light on.
Mom and Dad, thank you for always pushing me to do my very best. You always knew how to show me that you wanted me to do well in life and in FFA. Thanks for driving me so many places throughout my FFA journey, and once I could drive, putting up with the fact that I would leave early and come home late after every FFA event. Despite the fact that our house has become a revolving door these past 2 years, thank you for always welcoming me home and wanting to hear about my latest trip. Wisconsin FFA, meet my parents, Edward and Claire Hayden.
Would all of the parents of FFA members in attendance tonight please stand and be recognized? FFA members, let's thank them for all they do for us.
No, just...
It is now time to honor the 2018-2019 State FFA officers by presenting them with their past state officer pins, plaques, and scholarships. The Wisconsin FFA alumni has been very supportive of the state FFA officer team. To show appreciation for their service to the association, the alumni sets aside $300 per state officer to be used for either alumni membership and a scholarship or alumni dues reimbursement, both of which were presented to us at the State FFA Alumni Convention this past February. Please join us in thanking them for their support. The Wisconsin FFA Foundation's Leadership Partner Program also provides state officer leadership awards valued at $1,000 for each state officer and $1,250 for the state president. Would Mrs. Cheryl Zimmerman, Wisconsin FFA Center Executive Director, Mr. Jeff Hicken, State FFA Advisor, and Mr. John Romiak, Wisconsin FFA Foundation Executive Director, please come forward to make these presentations.
Thank you, Amelia. We've come to the close of another state FFA convention, the 90th Wisconsin FFA convention. And as we look over these past 90 years and think of all the milestones that have happened in this organization, it is truly amazing of where FFA has come in 90 years. And this past year has been a tremendous year as we've worked with this team of young people for the past 365 days. It's been a lot of fun. We've created a lot of memories. They've chartered new ground as we started our new state officer training continuum with National FFA. We had the opportunity to all travel together to Washington, D.C. this past summer for the Washington, D.C. Summit. And you know what was kind of interesting? As we traveled not only to D.C., but every once in a while, it seemed like rain would follow us along the way. But it would never dampen the spirits of this team. Even though we were soaked when we were at the Pentagon in Washington, D.C., these guys always had a smile on their face, and it's been an absolute pleasure to work with them. We are very, very proud of these young people. They've grown so much, and we do appreciate their leadership. And in just a little bit, we're going to recognize each of them one last time. But before I do that, I also want to thank all the people that helped to make this event possible. The state officers put in hours upon hours planning and preparing for this event. And there's also a group of people, of all of our managers and the people that help to bring all the different parts of this convention together. And I know that myself, along with the other staff and the state officers, we also want to thank all of those individuals. As noted on page 43, you can see all of those managers. You'll see them running around. We've got people backstage. We have people all over this convention hall. I'd like you first to give a big round of applause to all the people that make this convention possible. And now as we come to a close of this convention, it is our time to introduce our team one last time before they officially retire for this year of service. From Section 1 in the Prairie Farm FFA, State Vice President Alexis Kwok. From Section 2 in the Ellsworth FFA, our State Secretary, Paige Nelson. From Section 3 in the Arcadia FFA chapter, State Vice President, Colin Weltzine. From Section 4 in the River Ridge FFA chapter, State Vice President Amber Patterson. From Section 5, from the Verona FFA chapter, the man who got all the seating charts all ready to go and seating cards on your chairs, our state sentinel, Galen Combs. From Section 6 in the Rio FFA chapter, our state reporter, Ashley Hagenow. From Section 7 and the Granton FFA chapter, our state vice president, Jillian Tyler. From Section 8, from the Anago FFA chapter, our state treasurer, Mitchell Schreffer. From Section 9 and the Denmark FFA chapter, State Vice President Sarah Calloway. Section 10 from the Elkhorn FFA chapter, our state parliamentarian, Emily Cruz. And last but not least, a young lady that we have had the privilege to work with these last 2 years, who has provided tremendous leadership for not only her team, but the entire association. It has been an absolute pleasure, and again, to introduce Amelia Hayden from the Bigfoot FFA, your state president. Ladies and gentlemen, let's again show our appreciation and congratulate these young people on a job well done.
Today's the day we make a change. One risk is all it takes. With courage, drive, and ambition, we can achieve something great. Just one moment, one encounter, just one step to empower. Just one risk, just one choice. This time we raise our voice. Just one chance, just one moment, change the course. It's time we show it. Just one step, just one choice can pave the way. Let's raise our voice. You'll never know how far you can get till you find the courage to take that step. Each and every opportunity helps shape our community. All it takes is just one moment, one encounter, just one step to empower. Just one risk, just one choice. This time we raise our voice. Just one chance, just one moment, change the course. It's time we show it. Just one step, just one choice can pave the way. Let's raise our voice. Just
Just one step, just one choice can pave the way. Let's raise our voice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Just one moment, one encounter, just one step to empower, just one risk, just one choice. This time we raise our voice. Just one chance, just one moment can change the course. It's time we show it. Just one step, just one choice can pave the way. Let's raise our voice. Just one chance, just one moment can change the course. It's time we show it. Just one step, just one choice can pave the way. There's a moment in your bones when the fire takes over. Blood is running, heart is pumping as the battle gets closer. They can say what they want now, 'cause we'll be screaming out. We can be heroes everywhere we go. We can have all that we ever want. Swinging like Ali, rocking out bodies, standing on top like the champion. Keep your silver, give me that gold. You'll remember when I say.
Section 1. What would I do without you? From the shores of Lake Superior to Capitol Hill, you guys have taken me everywhere, and I'm going to miss hearing your stories so much. You all have a place in my heart, and I hope to see you continue to grow. Wisconsin FFA, thank you for becoming part of my family this year and showing me what it truly means to serve others. Keep being amazing, keep being loud, keep being you. Catch you later, and love always, Alexis.
Wisconsin FFA, thank you for making this year a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Your enthusiasm and passion for FFA is unmatched, and I was able to experience it firsthand, but do not hesitate to share that with everyone you meet. Cherish all the time you have in the blue jacket, and don't take it for granted. Remember to take a chance and step outside your comfort zone, because you never know what might happen. Always remember, what you do today could be the start of a new tradition, a step towards the future, and lead to a lasting legacy. Wisconsin FFA, thank you. It's been an unforgettable year.
As I look back on one of the best years of my life, I can't help but reflect on the lessons learned, relationships built, and memories made. But it's the simple moments that I will cherish most. Each encounter with FFA members, advisors, and supporters that led to conversations, laughs, and smiles are ones I'll never forget. I've come to appreciate the tradition of the FFA organization and the future of the agriculture industry. But I must say it's the legacy of the people involved in it that I've come to appreciate most. Wisconsin FFA, be proud of what you're doing and where you're going. It's been one heck of a ride, and for that, I thank you.
Wisconsin FFA, thank you for showing me how to truly enjoy every moment. As I unzip my blue corduroy for the final time, I can't thank you enough for all of the love, laughter, and memories throughout this year. You all have taught me so much and helped me grow into the person I am today. Thank you for this opportunity to get to know each and every one of you. Much love, Humor.
Wisconsin FFA, our paths only crossed for a year, but thank you for the endless amounts of memories, friendships, and joy. You showed me how to build others up. You showed me how to cherish those around you more, and you showed me what it means to be truly and unapologetically who you are. I cannot thank you enough for letting me be a part of your story this year and for memories to last a lifetime across the best section out there. Section 5, you've been a part of my family over the past year, and it's been great becoming your friend. But the journey never stops here, whether the jacket comes off today or not. Even as my time comes to a close, I'll cherish everything you've given me, and I can't wait to see what you'll accomplish in the future. No matter what, each one of you will always be my light, so keep on shining. Your friend, Galen Combs.
To the energetic, driven, and accomplished members, thank you for showing me what FFA truly exemplifies, and for giving me some of my fondest memories to date. To the dedicated FFA advisors and agricultural educators across this state, thank you for your patience, guidance, and for making an incredible difference in the lives of your students. Wisconsin FFA, don't forget to be a pineapple. Stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. With love, Ashley.
Said I'll make my own money and I'll make my own rules.
Wisconsin FFA, where do I start? This year has been everything I dreamed of and so much more. Every mile I drove was worth meeting every one of you. You've taught me to appreciate the little things in life, to slow down and enjoy the moments. The moments we had together may have been few, but the memories we made are forever. You are a part of my legacy. Find someone and make them a part of yours. Thank you for the opportunity to serve. I couldn't have asked for more.
But you're gonna miss this.
Wisconsin FFA, this past year has been a life-changing experience. Section 8, Section Great. The Great White North has been an amazing home, and I am blessed to represent so many amazing chapters. I am grateful for each member, each moment, and each memory. Thank you all for sharing your passion and your excitement. You all are amazing in your own right, and I hope that you are reminded of this every day. Wisconsin FFA, it's been an honor serving you.
Daddy shakes his head and says, baby, just slow down.
Wisconsin FFA, thank you for allowing me to serve as one of your state officers this past year. You all have taught me so many things, from not giving up to going that extra mile to involve another person. I would not be the person I am today without all of you. Thank you for the words of encouragement and all of the memories made this past year. I hope all of you continue to serve through the blue jacket and you will accomplish great things. Wisconsin FFA, thank you for allowing me to serve you this past year. I will never forget you all.
Wisconsin FFA, thank you for electing me into this great year of service. Thank you for accepting me into all your chapters and welcoming me with smiles wherever I went. This year has blessed me with so much to be grateful for. You are my people. I went into this year hoping to impact members and chapters throughout the state. I never guessed the immense impact you would have on me. By electing me and these 10 other fine individuals, you have guided me to the 10 best friends I have ever had. Members, advisors, and supporters of Wisconsin FFA, it has been a privilege to serve you. Wisconsin FFA, thank you for electing me into this great year of service. Thank you for accepting me into all your chapters and welcoming me with smiles wherever I went. This year has blessed me with so much to be grateful for. You are my people. I went into this year hoping to impact members and chapters throughout the state. I never guessed the immense impact you would have on me. By electing me and these 10 other fine individuals, you have guided me to the 10 best friends I have ever had. Members, advisors, and supporters of Wisconsin FFA, it has been a privilege to serve you.
And said I was just like you. You're gonna miss this. You're gonna want this back. You're gonna wish these days hadn't gone by so fast. These are some good times, so take a good look around. You may not know it now, but you're gonna miss this. Before she knows it, she's a brand new bride.
People often ask, what does FFA stand for? While the letters stand for Future Farmers of America, it has grown to mean so much more. Today, FFA stands for leadership, growth, and career success in a wide range of career paths. Since 1928, millions of students have been entrusted with the opportunity to wear the esteemed blue jacket. And in the process, they've experienced a transformation. Though the agricultural landscape has shifted dramatically throughout the decades, FFA has been a constant. We are proud to have provided a leading example of technological innovation while paving the way for a field of diversely talented individuals. Now more than ever, people realize the value of understanding where our foods, fabrics, and plants come from. And they are increasingly aware that agriculture is a crucial part of their daily lives. FFA members and organizations are shaping this awareness. They are more empowered every day with knowledge that they take into the communities where they live, work, worship, and play. American history is rich with the stories of agriculturalists of all kinds, from the farmer to the scientist, the doctor to the business owner. And agriculture now has a richer story because of FFA. Today we are grateful for our past and look forward to shaping the future. We are the National FFA organization, and we are right now.
The time has come to install the 2019-2020 Wisconsin FFA officers. Will my fellow officers please escort their prospective constitutional officers to the stage?
Ryan Erickson, Lindsay Augustine, Grace Morrissey, Daniel Clark, and Michelle Stangler. As Vice President-elect, your records of accomplishments indicate that you have those qualities of leadership which we should all possess. You are to assist the President in directing the work of our association, preside over meetings in the absence of his or her President, and keep all committees working effectively.
Take them over to the podium.
Bring them over to the gavel. I'm going to come on this side of you, dear.
Jared Mack, as Secretary-elect, you have been chosen to keep accurate records of our meetings and carry on the association correspondence. You should provide the association with the order of business and committee assignments for each meeting. You will also keep a list of members, a record of degrees awarded, and have custody of the Constitution and bylaws.
Curtis Weltzine, as Treasurer-elect, you have been placed in a position of trust. Your duties require you to keep an accurate record of receipts and disbursements, and to provide regular financial reports. It is also your responsibility to assist in developing the association budget and in maintaining sound financial practices.
Joe, as parliamentarian-elect, it is your duty to become familiar with the parliamentary procedure in accordance with Robert's Rules of Order. You'll be called upon from time to time to answer questions on meeting protocol. I congratulate you and wish you the best as you begin your year of service to this great organization.
Lydia, as reporter-elect, your duty is to inform the public about the FFA. You are expected to work closely with the news media, including state and national FFA publications. You should keep a record of photographs and articles published concerning the FFA and its members, and be responsible for compiling our FFA history.
Emily Sheehan. As Sentinel-elect, your duties include welcoming our friends, caring for the meeting room and FFA equipment, and providing for the comfort of our members and guests. It is also your duty to assist in conducting meetings and ceremonies.
Wisconsin FFA, you have now met all of your 2019-2020 state FFA officers with the exception of the new state FFA president. Fellow FFA members and guests, it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you your 2019-2020 Wisconsin FFA president. Mr. Hicken, the envelope, please. Your new 2019-2020 Wisconsin FFA president is Colin Weltzine of the Arcadia FFA. Colin, as president-elect, you have been selected by your fellow members to lead this state association for the following year. You are therefore responsible for guiding our association in all its worthy undertakings. May you work intelligently and seriously to fulfill the responsibilities of your office. It is an honor to be an officer in the FFA. From time to time during the year, you will encounter difficult obstacles. But through cooperation, hard work, and dedication, you will succeed and the association will prosper. Do each of you accept the responsibilities of your office? And will you do your best to uphold the ideals and the principles of the FFA? If so, answer, we do. I now declare each of you properly and duly installed into the respective office to which you were elected. May your year of service be marked by integrity, dedication, and a cooperative spirit. Seek harmony among your fellow FFA officers and set high standards of leadership for all members. I would now like to call upon the 2019-2020 State FFA President, Colin Weltzine, to assume the position of the chair.
These past 4 days have gone by quickly, but as FFA members, we know that this is just the beginning to another great year. In a few short moments, the gavel will fall, and the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention will officially adjourn. We have celebrated incredible accomplishments of individual members and their chapters. Now, the challenge before each of us is to develop our leadership skills and selflessly serve those around us. Let's continue our tradition to better our future and serve our legacy by living out our motto: learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. Madam Secretary, do you have a record of any further business which should now be transacted? Mr. Secretary. No.
Okay. I have none, Mr. President.
Does any member know of any new or unfinished business which should properly come before this meeting? We are about to adjourn this, the 90th Wisconsin FFA Convention. As we mingle with others, let us be diligent in labor, just in our dealings, courteous to everyone, and above all, honest and fair and and the game of life. Fellow members and guests, please join me in a salute to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, everybody. I'm going to tap this gavel once. Tap it once. 2, 3. I now declare this convention adjourned.
I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm one less day from dying young. I see the light go past my shoulder. I'm one less day from dying young. I see my life like a train on a one-way track. I've made mistakes and I couldn't take them back, and I've been running around in circles till I'm dizzy, I can't lie. But every night I go to sleep's a day that I survive. I'm not afraid of getting older. I'm one less day from dying young. I see the light go past my shoulder. I'm one less day from dying young. And I've seen my friends